Ignore us. Ignore the co-chairs.
All right. We want to capture the attention of the co-chairs plus the members.
Sure.
So the very first submission to you is on restructuring and reconstitution of IEBC. And as an provision ring fences that position to legal professionals alone, we have to come to terms that this is a leadership role and a management role. And therefore, when we put it as a judicial role, chairman, we feel there is some sort of discriminatory to other professionals. We are submitting to you that we open up the chairmanship to other professionals, but we also reconsider the aspects of the experience of the office holder. And in that case, we are opening it up. We are proposing we open it up to other professionals. And in our submission, we have to appreciate that election is about numbers. And therefore, we want your honorable office, this committee, to consider qualifications of the chairpersons of the commission to be a person who holds the relevant degree. We have given our submissions there. As proven experience of over 15 years, we do agree, all of us, that for 15 years we have sufficient experience to be able to lead key institutions in this country. And lastly, it meets the constitutional requirements of leadership and integrity. Honorable Chairs, Article 86B of the Constitution provides that the votes cast should be counted, tabulated, and the results announced promptly by the presiding officer at each polling station. And therefore, we all have to admit that this speaks to numbers. And therefore, we are proposing that this commission considers at least one of the commissioners to have the relevant experience in finance, audit, accounting, risk management, amongst other professionals. And therefore, we have to come to terms and appreciate that ISPAC has over 35,000 members, and these over 35 members are at your service. And that is why we are proposing amendment to the first schedule of the Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission Act, paragraph 3, subsection 4, to add the words, one of whom shall be a member of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants, after the words person for appointment as members. Chairs, I believe had we had such a member in the last election, there were issues about particular ratios that would have been sorted promptly and on time. We are also submitting that that commission as it is, its term comes to an end at a particular time. And therefore, there is lack of succession planning in that commission. And therefore, our submission is that we have staggered appointments. Of course, phase transition requires some transitional provisions. And in these transitional provisions, we are saying we need to relook at the terms of the commissioners, where we talk of a term of 3 years, only renewable for another term of 3 years. Now, this will allow that staggering. How do we get to that point? We are getting to that point by ensuring the commissioners who hold office in the transitional provisions, they will have to cast a ballot for them to be able to know who retires first, who retires later. And therefore, with the recruitment happening at least 6 months before the end of their term, there would be some seamless transitions, and the appointment of the chair and 3 other commissions at any particular point in time ensures there is consistency, there is institutional memory, and retained number of commissioners at every particular time. And therefore, our provision is to amend the first schedule of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act by deleting paragraph 4, subsection 1E, that says that the president shall, within 7 days of receipt of the names approved by the National Assembly by notice in the Gazette, appoint the chairperson and members of the commission and replace it thereof with the President shall, within 7 days of receipt of the names approved by the National Assembly by notice in the Gazette, appoint the chairperson and the 3 members of the commission. This will ensure that institutional memory is protected and seamless transition and continuity and stability in the management of the commission happens. We are also proposing that these appointments should be done competitively. The shortlisting and interviews be done by a private independent firm, and this is purely to bring in the aspect of objectivity and independence, and therefore we propose to amend the first schedule of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Act to remove the selection committee and replace with private independent firm with experience in executive recruitment. And the justification is purely that this will help IEBC to be independent, impartial, accountable, which is essential for free and fair election. Chairman, I want to call my colleague, Honorable Mandegu, to pick the next point.
Our co-chairs, I'll deal with the